All right. Good morning, YouTube. Uh, Fredo here from the Tree Ashketeers. I tried to add a video last week, what I call death side effects, and it was too long, unfortunately. Even with me verifying my account and whatnot, it was way too long. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break it down into parts, and I'll go step by step. So you can get an idea of the full spectrum of everything. I also want to give a shout out to Muted Alpha Behavior, uh, awesome YouTube personality, sweet girl, shared the same birthday. I was able to touch base with her today. She has some really interesting videos on the paranormal and things of that nature, and some other funny stuff that is enjoyable to watch. So I suggest you know put the link in there and take a look at her channel and get a laugh. They're pretty good stuff. What I'm going to talk about today, as far as part one is concerned, is I'm going to talk about my first NDE, which is a near-death experience for those who don't know, and the side effects that came with it, and just get a little bit of clarification to what some of these things are and what some of the abilities that people walk around with every day and don't realize that they actually do have. Some people are born with natural ability to be sensitives. For some reason, Virgos fall into the empath category over and over and over and over. An empath is a person that can pick up on emotion. They can almost feel it themselves, visualize it, things of that nature. So I'm naturally an empath, so is Muted. Now I'll start at the beginning, just so you can get an idea of how things progressed. When I was young, I was born in Chicago, Illinois. I grew up in the city, the ghetto, whatever you want to call it. And I never knew I had an ability. Really, I was too young to even think of anything at that point, that something was going on. And at that age, you can, kind of chalk off a lot of things as imagination and things of that nature. So, that really didn't mean anything. But around 11 years old, getting close to 12, I went to a school in Chicago called Avondale. Avondale is a general regular school, and it's right on the main intersection of Kedzie, a little past Belmont, before Diversey. At the time I lived there, and I'm not young anymore, obviously. At the time I lived there, it was no stop signs, about 45 miles an hour through there. School zone was only a block, things of that nature. And I was sick. I didn't go to school that day. I don't know if most people remember, but at the time Sega Genesis was huge, and I was playing Mortal Kombat, and I asked my mother if I could go and get my best friend, who lived literally a block down. So she argued with me, didn't want me to go. You're sick, just stay home, blah, blah, blah. Eventually, I worked my magic, was able to get the permission to run over there and get him. So on my way out of the house, I got over to the to the corner where his street is directly across. You could see it from the street all the way down. And as I stepped into the street, a woman hit me with a Oldsmobile Delta 88, a 1981 four-door. For those who know their vehicles, that is a tank. Well, it basically hit me so hard it stopped my heart. I put my shoulder and head through the windshield. I shattered my my left leg, and I hit my head so hard my heart stopped. Now I was dead for about 5 minutes, 4.5 to 5 minutes, before they were able to resuscitate me and get me back to normal. And obviously, I remember what happened. I can do it now. I will do another video on that for people that are interested in what actually happens the moment your heart stops. But when I came back from this accident, and obviously it took some time for me to heal. I was young, fortunately, and the damage was a lot of broken stuff in that, but nothing too crazy, no internal bleeding or things of that nature, which I got very lucky in that case because of how hard I was hit. But after that, I ended up with noticing things that were different, and some people call it now, they call it aura, and I didn't know at the time that this was what it was. I just noticed that everything had gave off this distinctive signature. This signature is in everything. It's even in inanimate objects. Now the ones in inanimate objects, they don't change. The signature, the frequency, whatever that is that I'm seeing, that light never changes with those. But for people, it changes a lot. I've seen some people and it change a few times within a matter of minutes. So it's really just, it really just, it's something that it can be measured. You know what I mean? You can see it and measure it. Along with that side effect, I started seeing things. Now, I wasn't seeing things out of direct line of sight. It was always in peripheral, never in direct line of sight. It was always in a peripheral. It was always too dark to see what it was. It was always shadowed out, so I didn't know exactly what it was. And at that time, I thought I really hit my fucking head hard. I didn't know what the hell I was experiencing until it was, just until it was already happening. So that particular, those first two particular abilities, they do come in handy. And being an empath myself, a person that is an empath with this particular ability, it really heightens their sense of people around them. Now, a lot of people don't realize in this world there's a lot going on. Even though you see me sitting in this room and I'm talking to you, there are things going on behind me that you cannot see with your eyes. I can't see with my eyes a lot of the time. That's one ability that, even though I have now 5 clinical deaths, I still don't see dead on full images. The only time I see images like that is in my head. And those are extremely, they say, pictures worth 1,000 words, extremely descriptive. So they, for an empath to be able to pick up something like that, they can read a situation and a person way before anything happens, or way before anything is, is escalated to the point where something could happen. Now, these two abilities, they can be focused, harnessed, made better, powerful, just depending on the person, how good your focus is and whatnot. And that alone is huge. Now, when I say I've died so many times, and I have, this right here, this is my medical records from my first death. Just that, 1,700 pages. Just to give you an idea, of, we do go through some things, when we try and bounce back from being that far gone. My last death, I was brain dead for 67 days. Most people think when you die, because your brain doesn't work anymore, that there is no more of you. And I can promise you this: there is no death. And your brain is nothing but a tool to harness what you are. It really isn't. This is just part 1, so I'll explain more and I'll delve more into this, because I'm kind of running out of time here. So I will delve more into this, but onto these first two, side effects that happen. But I'll leave it on a note like this: be very aware of your surroundings and what is going on around you, because people are missing a lot. And I'm going to start delving into that stuff now, so you'll get the idea. So thank you, and see you next time.